Hey there. So you want to get into Walktubing. First of all, yay! Second of all, or maybe you're actually kind of wondering what Walktubing is. So Walktubing, also sometimes called IRL streaming on Twitch, is basically taking your camera and going for a walk and talking about the things that you see on your walk. And if you're live streaming, you're usually interacting with your audience that's in the walk. It's a great way to be a part of a community and help build a community. Plus, it's a really fun way to get some exercise in too. So I'm here to talk about the basics of Walktubing, how to get started and how to start building up your YouTube channel. So to get started, there's actually two types of Walktube videos. The first type is pre-recorded, which you just go out there with your camera and you start filming while you're going for a walk. And the second kind is live streaming, where you actually interact with your audience in the chats while you're out for a walk. Unfortunately, you can't start live streaming off the bat. You have to get 50 subscribers on your YouTube channel. So the first goal is to get 50 subscribers on your channel before you can start live streaming your walk on your mobile device. So we're going to talk about doing pre-recorded stuff first. So most of you have this, a phone camera. Fortunately, depending on the phone camera that you have, it might not record the most stable of videos. You're going to want either an Osmo Pocket, which I'm going to show you right here since that's what I'm using to record this right now. They're great. You can use them right out of the box, really simple to use. You just flip the screen, turn it on, hit record. But if you want to stick with your phone, then you may want a gimbal. So you do have a couple of options on gimbals. The two main ones out there are the DJI Mobile, and the second one, which is the one I currently have in my hand, is the Insta360 Flow Pro. I actually had to look at the name there to remember it because I'm always butchering the name of this. The Flow Pro 360 Insta, something like that. So recently they released the Insta, the number 2 model of this. I wasn't going to attempt to try to say that name again. But there aren't a whole lot of differences between the original Pro and the new one. It just has a lot of better tracking features, which is something you probably aren't going to use while walktubing because you're just walking straight generally. You don't need to track anyone that's walking around you. So basically, just a really quick overview. You open your gimbal, it powers on. I bought the metal MagSafe one for this because I found the clip too annoying to stick on. Then you plop it on. So with the Flow Pro, it does automatically turn on tracking, so you do probably want to turn it off. And then you want to double tap this to set the orientation to horizontal. Unless, of course, you want to do vertical videos, but we'll talk about that in a bit. And yeah, this is your gimbal and how you get started. See, woo, you can do this. It's pretty steady. The one thing I actually will address about this gimbal is that what is really neat is you can use it here. There's a USB-C out to charge your phone while you're walktubing, but I don't recommend that because it drains the battery on this pretty quick and doesn't really give your phone a lot of juice. So what you're gonna wanna do instead is to get a battery pack. This is a nice one, but you can get a cheaper one and just run that into your phone. So hopefully your phone doesn't die while you're walktubing. So as I mentioned before, you're gonna need 50 subscribers before you can start doing live streaming. The best way to do that is to do some pre-recorded content of your walks and just upload them to YouTube. Do it as regularly as you can. So what's great about the walktubing actually is that we're still on the niche end of things. So we're really supportive and love to help each other out. So if you are struggling to get 50 subscribers, please feel free to join our Toronto Walktubing Discord, which I'll link below. And we'd probably be more than happy to help you and toss you some subs your way and get you started on your journey because we're always happy to have more Toronto walktubers and content creators out there. So let's fast forward a little bit and pretend that you got 50 subs now. So you want to start live streaming your walks, correct? That's why you're here. I'll start with is that if you did get the Pocket, the Osmo Pocket 3, though you can live stream from it, it requires a lot of bandwidth to connect the Pocket 3 via Wi-Fi to your phone, because I'm pretty sure it's not compressing the video at all. And because of that, the connection can get a bit wonky and it can drop while you're live streaming, and that really isn't that great. So kind of don't recommend it at the moment unless you're okay with like random sudden drops that are out of your control. I'm hoping one day that DJI allows it so you can connect the Pocket 3 directly to your USB on your phone and then just like feed the video that way, because I do believe it's an issue of the Wi-Fi signal between the Pocket 3 to the phone and not necessarily the phone connecting to your provider. So again, you can do it and it's a little complicated, but I'm gonna help you get started on a less complicated method, which is using your phone and using some streaming software from your phone. So there are three main ones. I'll rank them in the order of ease of use to kind of difficult. So the first one is PRISM. PRISM is pretty easy and basic, and that's the one we're gonna go over quickly in this video. The second one is Streamlabs, which is a little bit more technical, but can do a bit more than PRISM. And then the third one is Moblin, which I have no idea how to use. I've tried to fiddle with it. One day I'll figure it out, but we are gonna start with PRISM. So you are gonna download PRISM Live and start it like so. And there's my face. So yeah, after starting the app, the first thing you're gonna do is make sure that you're in the live at the bottom there, and then you're gonna hit the ready button, but don't panic. It's not gonna actually make you live stream yet. So you can go on and hit it. So you are gonna have to connect your YouTube account to this. So you can do that actually by going into My Channels and then adding your channels here by hitting the plus sign. So right now I'm connected to my Twitch, which I haven't used yet for streaming, and my YouTube, which is Ready Eddie. So first of all, one of the things I recommend is hitting this right there, the three dots, and turning on Use Live Status Indicator. So what that's gonna do, if I close this, you're gonna see right there, you're gonna see your signal strength to your provider, how strong it is, and you're gonna see your microphone, and you're gonna see your battery usage, which are important things to see while you're out there live streaming. So also with the three dots in the corner, if you hit that, you can actually mute your microphone, which is important because especially when you're streaming in a city like Toronto where there's sirens going by, you don't want those blasting on your live stream. And copyright music too, which is a Walktuber's biggest foe. And I'm not kidding about this. Even when I'm not live streaming and I hear copyright music being blasted on the street, I will just instinctively walk faster. So if you see the two arrows at the top there and you hit that, that's gonna allow you to adjust your camera. So if I hit the rear button, you're gonna see the Pocket 3 that I'm filming myself on. But you can also adjust the camera you're using. 2x zoom, 1x, but we're not gonna fidge with that too much. So at the bottom here, where it says intro, so the intro button allows you to play a little video before going live, which I've never really played around with that. So yeah, if you hit the 1080p, you can see that you can change the resolution, the video quality, the max bitrate. So the recommended bitrate is 4,000, but I sometimes go up to 8,000 on my stream. So someone was asking recently how much bandwidth this uses, and at 4,000 kilobytes per second with the iPhone 16, this is 16 and a half, per hour of live streaming eats up about 1.5 to 2.5 gigabytes. So you can adjust it and make it lower to 720p and use less data if you don't have as much data. So yeah, if you want, there's filters there, more filters there. There's other things you can add. You go to the screen, you can add widgets in and text and whatnot, but you don't really have to play around with that for your first few times while live streaming because there are slightly more advanced features. But for now, you're gonna go ahead and hit the title to bring up the menu to change all your settings. So first of all, you're gonna wanna change the title of your YouTube. Generally, you want Toronto Live or whatever location you're at, like be it Montreal, Detroit, Tillsonburg. And then if you hit the bottom one, you can type a description. So this was just my previous description from the walk that I did last weekend. And then you wanna hit that to change your thumbnail. You can put whatever image in you want. Generally, I'll take a selfie before starting my walk. And if you're feeling adventurous enough, you could download Canva, which is free, and use one of the YouTube template thumbnails there to just make your own before starting, which allows you to add text on the screen. I did that a few times in the past, but I'm not gonna go over it on this video because it's not wholly necessary. And then the only thing you might want to change is make sure that your privacy is set to public. Although for the sake of this, I'm actually going to set this to private, and everything else you can just kind of leave as is. Hit the save button. And now here's where you have a choice. So if you keep the phone held upright like this and you hit go live right there, it's going to do it in vertical mode. But most of us Toronto Walktubers do ours horizontally, like so. And then you can go ahead and hit the go live button like that. It'll take a few minutes because it'll start going live. And there we are live. So you can see in the corner there is how many frames per second it is. You can see the bit rate that I'm using. You can see, so right now I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi though. You can see my battery, you can see my mic levels. You can see there'd be a chat here. Hold on, I'm gonna add a chat. Okay, so you're actually not gonna see it because it took me a few minutes, but I found out that private streams don't actually enable the chat at all, which I guess makes sense. See, I'm learning new things every day. But yeah, the chat would be here. So there's a couple of quirks with PRISM. that when you get a membership, a new membership, or gifted memberships, they don't appear on here. You have to rely on hopefully whoever's in the chat to let you know that you got that so you can thank your subscribers. It also doesn't allow you, and I'll show you right now. So I'm gonna end this stream. Yep, you hit end to end it. So it also doesn't allow you to set it to members only. It only allows you to do public, unlisted, or private. So if you are doing a members only Walking stream, you do have to have a second phone or device to not only switch it to members, but to also see the chat. Because right now there's a bug that the member stream chats don't show up on PRISM. Apparently on Streamlabs they work fine though. So one last thing I'm gonna go over really quickly is this guy here. So though the onboard mics work really well for both the iPhone and the Pocket, there are certain conditions that you might want external mics. External mics are great for two reasons, because first of all, it makes your voice much more clearer to your audience. And second of all, it can cut the wind, especially if you're out Walktubing on a windy day. But you're gonna want one of these, of course, and you just stick it on. Most of these mics come with these dead cats, as they call them. The wind should stop. Maybe you heard it, I don't know. I won't know until I edit this. So this one came with my Pocket 3, but you can get cheaper ones just for your phone. So I recommend, if you're just starting on this, the NIAGARA one, which comes with both two mics and a receiver that you stick into your phone. Hopefully your phone has USB-C. I'm not sure if they have lightning ones or not, but I'll link it below, the NIAGARA mics. So they also come with cattails. You clip them on. You basically, it's very easy. You power the mic on, stick it on you, plug the receiver in, start PRISM. PRISM will detect it and use it. If you want to go a step up, you can use the Hollyland ones, which are a bit more expensive. And then if you want to really up your game, you can get these, which are the DJI Mic Minis. These are what I currently use. Although this right now on me is the Mic 2, but the Mic Mini comes with two mics, like so, and a receiver that you can plug into your phone. Apparently you don't need this receiver anymore, but don't quote me on that because I haven't actually tested it yet. But PRISM will allow you to connect Bluetooth directly from the microphone to your phone. But that's something you might have to look up online how to do that. So Walktubing, like any form of content creation, has a bit of a learning curve. So don't feel nervous your first time if you think your video quality is too low or you don't have a decent gimbal. Just go in, give it a go. With anything that you're doing, you do get better and better as you go along with it. Plus the Walktubing community is really great. We are a solid, friendly group. Shout out to the Walktubing Discord, which again, link below, come say hi. We're all there to help each other out. If there's any technical issues or things you're dealing with, we're happy to assist. But yeah, I hope I get to see you out on the streets someday. So if you have any questions or comments, please put below. If you're new here and you like Walktubing and this kind of IRL content, please toss me a subscribe. That would be awesome. I do live streams all the time, regularly, a couple times a week. It's always nice to see new faces and new names in the chat. So yeah, see you all in a live soon.